What's going on, everybody?
Hey.
Hello, hello. Yes, you guessed it. Technical difficulties again.
Seriously though, I have been on StreamYard in a private stream for over an hour and a half earlier. So I don't even know why this is doing this.
So you used up all the internet then?
I used up all the internet. Yes, I did.
I'm surprised anybody can even get on right now because you use so much internet.
Oh, well. Hey, Rebecca Davis. How are you? Hey, Tammy. Hey, Andale. Gary, what's up?
What's up, Gary?
Take your time. We're watching Ridge Life while we wait. Hey, Marino.
Whoa.
That's okay. You can totally watch Tim too. We like Tim. Hey, Marino. Hey, Tim and Trinity. Or
What's
Tim,
going
I see.
on? What's going on?
Lisa Kalovi.
Hey, remember when we first started, you couldn't even say her last name?
I could. It was in my head. It just didn't come out my mouth like it should.
Yeah.
Hey, Gear Grinding 19. I got to get his name written down because I think I wrote it down. Hey, Scott. Oh, where were you? You should have been singing and dancing up here.
Let's go. Let's see. Boots and Bounty. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
That sounds like somebody's catch line right there.
It is a catch line. Hey. Hey, how you doing, Casey?
What's going on? What's going on?
All right, let's see. I think we've caught up everybody that's here.
Did we catch up?
I think Tommy Duncan came in. Hey, Pastime 84, how are you?
Oh, Mad Acres in the house. You have her name down?
I think so. It's like a nice name.
It's a nice name?
It's a nice name. It was a name.
Like opposed to like jerky names from all the other people?
No, it was like I don't know. It was a nice name. It was a name that I should remember because I thought I wrote it down when she was on Lisa's lives. But I didn't remember. I don't know.
You're flashing in and out like a ghost.
Because the light's weird now. You changed the light, didn't you? You changed the light, didn't you?
No, not really.
He did change the light. It was on a different light earlier.
So welcome in, everybody. Come on in. I'm going to say hello to everybody. I think we got everybody.
Oh, Rebecca Davis, I did not see an email from you. Yes. Yeah, Casey and Steven. We will blame Alicia for sure. Yes, Casey, we will.
Yeah.
Poor Alicia. She was having a struggle tonight with her email, with her internet. Oh, it was awful.
Are we allowed to talk about that?
Yeah. Hey, Troy, how are you?
What's going on, Troy?
Just wanted to come show some. Hello, how are you? How are you doing? Yes, definitely go get some rest.
I want to reach out to you there probably tomorrow or something if I remember there, buddy.
Rebecca, I'm going to check my email.
Good. Tiny Tim, what's going on in the house? Let's see. Jake from Nunya, Texas on the back 20. Who else we got?
I think that was it. I know, right? He changed the light, Marino.
What happened? What do you mean?
You changed the light. Something's different with the light. You changed it. Look, I'm in and out.
No, it's because you're so pale. I just realized it because you're missing a part of your shirt on your sleeve.
I am.
So
it's a cold shoulder sleeve. It was like 75 degrees today. Hey, Carla, how are you? Okay, gotta say, we got some stinking cute gifts from Carla.
Yeah.
I was so excited. I wanted to show them tonight, but we're in the room like hiding out tonight. So they're actually sitting on the kitchen table and I'm not running back out there because we have to go past the screen. It's giant. See, I'm disappearing. Okay. So Carla sent us some beautiful little, like they're not little either. They're like these big planter pots.
Yeah.
And they say all different things on them. So one says like, what is it? Marshmallows. One says like peppermint. One says hot cocoa or chocolate chips. I can't remember. Anyway, they're so stinking cute. I love them so much. And she sent us all the goodies to make hot cocoa and stuff with.
Did Carla make them by hand?
I don't know, but they're super cute.
Carla, did you hand make those?
I mean, I don't know that she like.
Well, no. I'm not talking about the pot. I'm talking about the writing part.
I don't know, but I like them. They were so cute. Thank you so much, Carla.
So, yeah.
So lurk away.
Everybody's just been so kind.
Yes.
Got a early Christmas gift from my brother-in-law the other day. It's this like barn. How would you describe it? You remember in the old days? Here, I'll describe it. Get out of my way.
Yeah.
Remember in the old days, them trees, them like porcelain trees with the little plastic, either birds.
They're back out now.
Or a ball. Yeah,
they're out everywhere now. Mm-hmm. We have grandma still.
Anyway, and you just insert them in the little holes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's kind of like that, but it's a barn with a silo on the side.
Yeah.
Robert Lonis, how you doing? Good to see you.
It's super cute because it has PLR on it.
So yeah, so that's why I was asking if Carla did that because my brother-in-law did it. He said he had to do it several times because he was trying to get the brand just right. Trying to get that.
Looks so good.
The
PLR.
That PLR
brand
up on the silo, and it looks I thought he actually
Aw.
ordered it like that.
So she didn't make the pot, but she printed the labels and made the mat to set them on. I love it. They're super
Okay.
cute. Yeah, and it comes with a little
Oh
mat.
yeah, the mat.
The mat
yeah.
in the middle. Oh, I love the
Yep.
mat. So cute.
Yeah.
Did the tree have a drone in it? No, it didn't. Although that would have been pretty awesome if Barry would have put the drone in the tree.
That would have been hilarious.
That would have been hilarious. Stuck in a Christmas tree.
I hope he's not listening right now.
A little fake drone.
Because he'll probably come up with some different ideas.
Yeah, I like it.
So
what's up?
What did I want to say? Oh well, speaking of drones, I got a video I'm going to drop either Sunday or Monday.
Okay.
And it's all drone work.
I'm very proud of you.
You're going to love it. Well, I love it. I put it together. It took me just a few minutes.
But it took you like hours to get the footage?
It took me hours to get the footage.
So he told my son to drop him off on the side of the road so we can get a little bit of footage while my son was picking up some pizza for the kids last night. So last night we had church. We were at the kids and I. So me and Abigail and the 5 boys, the 5 youngest, were at church doing some stuff there. Hey, Vandal the Land, how are you?
What's going on?
And
Is that new?
I think he's new. He or she is new. Yeah.
He or she is new.
Yeah.
If you don't mind giving your name, we'd love to
Okay,
write
let me
it
tell
in
you
a
my
little
story.
book.
So.
Oh, go ahead. The same thing with Matt Aker.
Oh yeah, Matt Aker. I need to get your name.
It's a good name.
It is a good name. I like the name.
It's not an ugly name.
I just remember thinking, yeah, see, look, Scott said, congratulations. I'm proud of you. Mastered it. Okay. So ready? He tells Luke, because Luke's going to go pick up some pizza. Because when I order pizza, I don't order just like 3 pizzas. Okay. I order like 7 or 8 pizzas. Okay.
True.
So hey, Drops, how are you? So I order the pizza and I'm at the church. It's just Vandal. Vandal's his name. Boom.
Okay.
That's
easy to remember. Thank you.
There you go. Okay. So I ordered the pizza. I'm at church. I've been at church for hours. I ordered the pizzas and they're like, hey, we need you to talk, find out if the pizzas are ordered, blah, blah, blah. They go, Eric, can you send me the make of your drone?
Yes. I want to do a, what's it called?
I don't know. A review. He's going to do a review on it.
I want to do a review.
Yeah.
From the perspective of
Jamie and Ryan. That's what I remember. That's why I should have remembered it. Because I was just thinking about Jamie the other night that we know.
Wait, Jamie is the cool one. So Jamie probably wrote that.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
Okay. All right, come on. Tell your story.
Okay. Anyway, so Eric's like, well, hey, Luke, you can just drop me. This is Luke's story. Luke's like, yeah. Luke said, yeah, Dad said I could just drop him off on the side of the road. He wants to get some drone footage real quick.
That's not
true.
And
if I drop him off, he'll just get some quick footage and I can come get him from picking up the pizza. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. So I get home and I was like, well, Luke, when did you drop him off? He's like, no, he's out still. I said, okay, great. When did he go? He's like, yeah, he left earlier. Okay. Well, how long have you been home? He's like, Mom, I've been home for over an hour. I was like, what? This man was gone for over an hour and a half after Luke came back from the pizzas. Probably 2 hours actually from the pizzas because it was like 8:30 at night. I'm like, I don't even know what's up. So he was out getting footage a long time.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with Christmas. I want to leave it at that.
He's getting video of other people's yards, y'all.
But
he's all up in someone's window like, good job decorating your tree.
I didn't do anything illegal. Look, I didn't do anything illegal. That's all.
If you live around us and you hear this outside your window, it's Eric trying to get good footage.
Your sound effects are horrible.
That was a good sound effect.
No,
yes, horrible. It was.
Okay. Anyway, yes, I was out for hours working on this footage, trying to get.
Hey, blind guy, his wife, their life. How are you?
I just want to mention up here that
Grafted Branch.
Jamie said, "Boom, nailed it."
Yeah.
Because I knew she was the one that wrote it. And then there wasn't someone else. Go back up.
Grafted Branch came in. How are you?
Oh, maybe it was the.
Oh yeah, Vandal came over from Miss Jan's live the other
night.
night.
There you go. Yeah, I wanted to acknowledge that.
That's cool.
Okay, awesome.
So you got good footage.
Yeah. See, Jim was talking about this. I got a video going to be dropping on the either Sunday or Monday.
Mm-hmm.
It has something to do with Christmas, and it has everything to do with a drone.
And everything to do with Eric being a creep looking in someone's yard, probably.
And
that's not ours.
FYI, close your blinds at night. Okay?
Hey, Harvey Black, close your blinds at night. Okay, so I need to just tell you, full disclosure, y'all. Hey, Leanne, Mennonite Farmhouse, how are you? Seriously, we don't have bison. Okay, Eric be getting videos like over top of other gorgeous video. No, that is not our land.
I said that.
You told one person.
Well, I don't.
Only one person.
If somebody says good video, I'm not just going to be like, oh, by the way, that wasn't my bison. What? They're not complimenting me on the bison.
They were like, man, that's a beautiful, beautiful land. Thank you.
Well, so what? And Jim did a whole video about being a Yankee and making bison burgers, and somehow he gets off the hook. I don't know how that works.
Hey, Abundant Acres, how are you?
Never late, my friend. Never late.
Never late. We were late, actually.
Yeah, we were late.
Hey, Southern Roots,
Southern
how are
Roots
you?
is in here. Darren with
Thorhaven.
What's
up?
going on?
I'll just finish up live, getting ready for the hot tub and bedtime. Well, thank you for stopping in and say hello.
Yeah, appreciate it. I'm not getting in a hot tub. You know why?
Because it's hot outside.
Yeah, I'm about to break a sweat up.
Hey, Raquel, how are you? Oh my goodness,
Hickory Croft in the house. What's going on? I've been missing them too. I keep missing people.
I know we missed them Tuesday night for sure. I had to see a reminder too. It's been weird. We've been watching movies and just vegging.
I feel like
really nice.
I feel like when I watch them, I feel smarter. Like I go to work, ready to work. When I don't watch them, I want to come home and just like sit there and watch video games.
It was Raquel that was like, "Oh, nice bison," and you were like, "Thank you." See, I'll never trust Eric again. She said, "See,
wait, what?" No, I said that it wasn't my bison.
You told one person. Everybody else, you were like, "Thank you, thank you."
Are you done?
Diggs Outdoors. Hi.
What was
Could
that?
you imagine the fencing you'll need for bison?
That was like
right?
Valley Girl there. Hi.
Even if bisons aren't yours, we still have property envy. You do have beautiful land there.
Thank you. We
like
appreciate
literally 1/16 of that video was our land.
The whole point was drone work. Why are you harassing me tonight?
I haven't seen you all day.
Well, let's talk about harassing for a minute because I'm going to tell you.
Hey, Uncle Al, how are you?
I'm going to tell you this. So, I came home. Monica's all dressed up.
I'm not dressed up. I just have a nice shirt on.
She's pulling the I work from home dress up, which means from the waist up. The waist up, she looking good. Like she's going out on a hot date.
Hey, I am wearing very nice
everything down
joggers.
Below.
I'm wearing very nice joggers.
Stand up. Let me see them.
No, it's a nice shirt.
Let me see if you got holes or paint on it.
There's no holes or paint. These are my nice Zaya joggers. I paid good money for these. Actually, I got these.
What?
No, I got these for a party.
No, go back.
These I got from a party, so it's okay.
Skip back. What did you just say?
I did not pay good money for these. I got these from a party.
Oh my goodness. That's why I can't get ahead in life.
Yes.
Man.
See, right there. I'll never thought of that fencing issue bison. Now I'm picturing stampedes. Tammy said. Eric be chasing the bison on his neighbor's yard. I know what I'm doing when I come down. Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Yeah, you have to drive to get these bison. It's not even like right there.
We do have them right around the corner, though.
Around the corner?
Yeah.
Are you from Texas now? Around the corner?
No,
is like
there's the other herd is right over
2 miles away.
No. Okay, 2 miles away. So sorry.
Oh, look, Russ, I'm going to take some drone footage of all of Canada and say that's my land because apparently it's okay to claim other people's land.
Hey, if you get in there and just squat, I don't know what the rules are here in Texas, but...
Yeah, when Eric turns to the side, he looks like a ghost. I know. It's the green screen. It makes me nuts. I like it better without the green screen. But when that light is better...
How do you want the light?
I don't know. You're going to mess with it. It's not going to look good. It looked good earlier before you mess with it. No. Why changing the color?
Well, because you're pasty white. I can't help that. We need to talk to your parents about that.
Right? Kenny and Angie. Yes. Oh, call Monica out like that. You know, we all do it. Yep. Start worrying when your wife doesn't harass you every day. Yep. Exactly.
Wait, go back up to what did she say?
She said we all do it. Calling Monica out like that. You know, we all do it. My pants.
Wait, go back up. Read it again.
About my pants.
Just read it up.
You know, we all do it.
Yeah.
With the pants.
I just like the, yeah.
What?
Holding you accountable.
We all get some stampede footage. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's funny though, when the bison, when I flew overhead, them jokers didn't move. They were like in a full-on mannequin challenge.
Yeah.
They just stood there and I was really surprised, but you know.
They're chill. They don't need to be surprised.
No, they're not chill. Bison
are not chill?
No, they are not chill.
How are you a bison expert?
Oh, I watch videos. I'm on YouTube, you know. That's on the reels.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Anyway, so I get home and this young lady's running around in her fancy garb.
I was in my fancy shirt.
I thought I was like getting fancy Monica for the night or something. I didn't know why or what was going on, but
and then he saw my pants and was like, "Oh."
And then I realized that she was working on a project.
We actually were working on our trailer for our podcast.
That's
we do our first episode on Monday. Ooh.
Yeah. So, well, for people who are new in here and maybe didn't hear it, why don't you tell them what the podcast is about, the video, what it's called.
Okay, so it's called Round the Hay Bale.
Just round, like
round, not a round, but round.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for it actually, and I can't find it because, well,
how many subscribers are you up to now?
I'm gonna go look right now. So
okay.
Need to find it. So Round the Hay Bale.
Round the Hay Bale channel.
No, I just did that. No, it's not it.
Oh.
Round the Hay Bale. So anyway, so it's gonna be myself and Casey from Ormsby Farms, Casey from Boots and Bounty, Lisa from Yogi Hollow, and Alicia from Country Mama. And we are going to have special guest hosts each week. It's going to be a weekly podcast, and it's going to be up on see, look, a farmer's wife deserves to dress up every once in a while. It's true, Leanne.
No, I'm totally down with it.
Well, anyway, I had to look good because we were doing the promo and we were doing the stuff.
She had to look
Do you
good
have
from
a
the waist
link,
up.
Harvey Black? Because that's where I need to go. I need to find that link. So I need to get the link for it. Thank you.
Because
Anyway.
because of our technical
We are struggling.
difficulties, we're operating off of one laptop tonight.
And normally I have my computer running too.
Rookies.
I think I might just throw the computer up too.
No, don't throw up anything.
Anyway, it is a good crowd here, Grafted Branch. It is awesome. So anyway, we're excited. We get to do. We're going to talk about some.
Are you
things.
allowed to say who your special guest is, or that's still top secret?
No, it's not top secret. It's already on there. So we're going to have
Well,
Jenny.
tell them.
Jenny Goff is going to be on.
Who's Jenny Goff?
She's a YouTuber that bakes and does stuff. She's a really nice lady online. I don't know. I don't know her.
Well, I'm
Jenny
giving you an
Goff.
opportunity.
She's on Jenny Goff. You can go check her out. She's actually having like a big cookie collaboration right now. A lot of people are in it. Oh, you need a wrench. Okay, let's do a wrench for you, Harvey. Anyway, so hold on, let me get you
You
on.
want me to talk while you're?
Yeah, you're gonna have to do. I don't know if you can do it from here. I have
Okay.
to do it from my other computer. I'll do it. Anyway, so it's
Get on that
awesome. It is awesome because it is it's going to be just interviewing people, but then we're also going to be having a musical guest for our very first podcast.
Well, geez, who is the
episode.
musical guest?
It's going to be Tammy from Mountain Grandma and the band Macmillan. I'm super excited.
Whoa.
I'm super excited.
What about? Well, we know Tammy. I'll speak for Tammy. Here we go. Ready? Tammy's got
Tammy's awesome.
the voice of an angel.
Oh,
Can you
she's-
hear me?
Oh, it's so pretty.
The voice of an angel.
We got to hear her practice a bunch today too. I'm gonna love it.
Oh yeah, dude. That's
Don't
what
say
happened.
what song. Don't say what
No,
song.
no, I'm not. I don't even know what it is.
Okay,
But
good.
that was like when we did the Veterans Day live. You gotta go. You gotta go back and look at that.
Oh my gosh,
because
it's so pretty.
She sung. That's all I can say. You can go back and look at it.
She sung.
She was singing.
She was singing. She did.
Anyway,
good.
but she did so awesome. Well, I got the opportunity to listen to her warm up,
She's awesome.
and it was awesome. I don't know. It's to me, I'm not musically inclined, so when I hear other people sing or play instruments, it amazes
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't. I have dude. When we're in church, I know you know this, but the funniest thing is trying to get me to clap and sing at the same time. Man, that's tough. That is tough. So
Clap and sing.
yeah. So when I watch people that play like 5-6 string instruments or beating on a drum or what did he say?
He said, "Oh, wait." He said,
Oh.
"Eventually, home says that I want to make a music video for her.
That's awesome.
Her husband and her are very talented. That'd be cool."
Yeah. Oh, and that's the thing too, is her husband. That's actually how she met her husband. She shared that. It was
So cool.
Was in he used to have a band or something. So yeah, if you guys get a chance, go check her out because she's got some really great songs. And I found out, I don't know if I'm supposed to say this. I'm sure she'll be fine with it. But she has other songs that she hasn't put up yet because she's got to get them copywritten or something first so people don't steal them. That's how good these songs are. So you got to make sure that you get over there and check her out. And so I could only imagine whatever song it was that it's going to be great. And let me ask this though, because of the type of personality she is. Was she like being a super perfectionist about the sound and then was like critical of it? Like, I don't know about that.
No, everything sounded really good.
Oh,
She was
really?
really good with it. Yeah,
Okay.
she was really good. Oh, her husband was like giving her a hard time.
Yeah.
He was like, you missed that note or key or whatever. It was off key. She's like, don't worry, it'll be good next time. I think it was good anyway. So
Yeah. Well, that was the thing because, again, someone's not musically inclined. When she was practicing for me,
yeah,
she was like, how did that sound? And I'm like, getting ready to shed a tear because of how great it sounded. And then her
Yeah.
husband's back there like, Nope. It sounded like you were stuck in a hole, or it didn't have.
It was so good.
I don't know. He was
sounded
so
good.
using like musical terms. I don't even know what they mean.
Hey, Seed Faith Homestead, how are you?
Yes, hello. I think she was in here for a while. We just
So I'm trying to see. I think
Michael, what's going on, man?
Yep. Who's there? Green Acres in here. How are you?
Wait. So Michael said evening, Eric and Beard. So
what?
Oh,
am I Beard now?
Yep. Because
rude.
Well, that's what you were saying last week.
I'm Beard.
You said you were at the age where you had
it's true.
Acne beard or something.
Okay, we're not gonna talk about that anymore.
You brought it up.
Hey,
I love all
Arizona
of your
Highland Homestead. Hey, so Seed Faith she just did a holiday treat for our holiday treat list. So
awesome.
Just so you guys know, we are having a collaboration right now that anybody can be a part of, and we are including your holiday treats in our holiday treats playlist. As a matter of fact, I need to add Alicia. Alicia did something too. So Seed Faith, Alicia from Country Mama, Black's Tropical, Ormsby Farms. I did add her. Okay. So we've got a couple videos in there, but I would love to have a bunch more because I'm still making lots of holiday treats and I would love some input. I made the spoons that Alicia made. I need to do them better. They're not as good as I think she did them. So, yay, Tammy, do it. Definitely add a holiday treat because I will add you to my playlist so I can go back and make your holiday treats.
Oh, yeah. And so we actually have another one that's going to be dropping tomorrow. And it's going to be my mom. So my mom loves to cook and bake and do all that kind of stuff. And she, when she sees these videos, because she watches all her videos, she's a great supporter. And she's like, I want to do one too. So it's awesome, which is cool for any kind of YouTuber, right? Yeah. Because that means you have content ready to roll.
Yep.
And you don't have to keep going out to look for stuff. So it's a great.
Carmen and Nathan are here.
There we go. What's up? Oh, I love the logo, by the way. I love that logo.
For Carmen and Nathan?
For Jesus Loving Homesteader?
Yes, it's so nice.
Where did you guys come up with that?
I think someone made that for them in church. Okay. I think someone
That is awesome. It's really nice. I love the font. Clean. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Seed Faith. Love holiday treats. I agree.
Yeah, so tomorrow is a favorite of ours, especially the kids. And we had a great time doing it. I just got to say, and it didn't make it through editing. I was working on the video and I cut this piece out, but I got to tell this story. And since Mom's not in here, Mom, are you in here? Should I ask first?
Tell the story. It'd be fine.
Okay. So I was shooting the video with Mom and I'm standing on the side of the bar top. If you've watched her other video of the,
Cool summer treats,
desserts.
Cool summer desserts. Yeah, cool summer desserts.
So she did the chocolate eclair, which was outstanding. I've had so many people try that and give great feedback, which was totally awesome. But so if you watch that video, you'll see it's kind of like the same angle. Well, I'm standing on the side with her and I got my cup of coffee and I'm sitting there talking to Mom and I'm really just doing kind of like a test run so I can see the lighting because the way her house sits is kind of weird. The sun kind of like hits the windows and it reflects in. It's just really
and it was
weird.
Daytime because it was Sunday.
Yeah, it was daytime. Yeah. So anyway, I'm trying to get everything right. And so I'm looking at the camera and we're both kind of like this. And I was like, so what we're going to do is welcome to the ranch, like we always say. We'll go into a couple other things. La da 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 da. Do. And then I'll look to you and then you can kind of do what you have to do. And so I stop and I turn and I look at her. And then she's like, are you recording? And I started laughing. I was like, Mom, I literally just said blah, 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 or da, 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 or whatever I said. And you can see right there on the camera that there's no numbers moving. And so she just busted out like, and so I actually did like a little side piece when she had to run to the restroom real quick before we got started. And so as she was gone, I did like a little quick snippet and I'm like, hey, I'm going to try to set her up. But man, she wouldn't fall for it. Like
so rude.
The whole time I was like really working her hard, trying to get her like just to bite on so many different things. So I don't know if she knew what I did. She could have been, knowing my mom, she would have been like around the corner listening and then like, okay, now he's done. I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm going to mess with him now.
Hey, Susie, how are ya?
So anyway, but you know what? The best thing about that is it's just fun. And that's really how making these videos should be. It should be fun, when you're doing it. And because, I know we talked about this for a few weeks now, but when we talk about, and I might even bring it up tonight, by the way, with our special guest.
Yeah.
But
yeah, she's going to get you back. Yeah. See, Nick says, stop messing with your mom. She's going to get you back.
Yeah. Yeah. What was that movie back in the, oh man, I Want to Get You, Sucker?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Well, I didn't watch it. It was just the name of the
Moms
title,
are psychic. Yeah.
My mom always told me, she's like, I may not see you, but I hear everything that you're doing. And I remember as a kid, I used to try to like test that. And I would like sneak into the kitchen when she was making something and crawl underneath the table. And she would always, like, whenever I was underneath there, she's like, Eric, what are you doing? And I'm like, man, are you kidding me right now? How did you even know I was there?
She knows.
She knows. It's
hey, Niecy, how are you?
Super mom thing. Yeah, points for moms, for real.
Hey, Daz, how are you? Totally forgot the time. That's okay. Seriously, it's okay.
You're fine. Just sit back and relax, buddy.
Yeah,
all the mods that are in here, please. If you want to throw up some links, you can, but don't go crazy.
Yeah, it's totally okay.
As people are coming in, and anybody that's newer in here, if you want to know someone's channel or what,
just ask.
Feel free to ask. You're not going to hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
We always tell people, come as you please.
Yep.
You know what, I meant to say that too, because last week I noticed on our live, we were talking about something, and somebody said, I don't want to promote my own channel, but just so you know, I did a video about this before, and I meant
promote it. Tell us.
I meant to tell, I can't remember who it was now, but if you have a video out there that's pertinent to what we're now, I'm not saying come in here and just like start dropping every video you've done, just be a normal human being, right?
Yeah, but still, it's fun to be able to talk about stuff and share. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're here for, is to support each other. So it's not like some kind of, secret code thing where if you're, you got the wrench, you can do a certain thing. Just talk to people. That's what this whole channel is about, trying to relax and have a fun time doing it.
That's okay. You don't have to do that, Leanne. Don't worry. So look, Carmen says, I always catch our children at the best times, and I respond with, isn't it amazing how the Lord brings me right to you as you're being disobedient?
Yeah, I've had kids do that to me before too. They're like, how was doing that? I'm like, bro, my job as a godly parent is to mentor you and teach you how to do right. Of course, he's going to tell me when you're doing things wrong. Pay attention, man. You should know better. Anyway.
Okay, so wait, if you keep, what does it say? What did he say? Oh, wait, we're good to know. Wait, where was it? If you can keep a drone out of a tree, speak up. Eric needs to watch that video.
What video?
Whoever's keeping drones out of trees.
Oh, okay. Well, let me go back to that a little bit. So the reason why I didn't tell you what I was doing last night is because anybody out there's got drones, or you're doing drone work, you know what I'm talking about when I say this. It's hard enough to fly. For me, it's hard enough to fly in the daylight.
Yeah. But now you're gonna fly in dark? I
was flying in the pitch black.
Oh, look. Nick said I crashed my first drone right into a tree.
There you go. That's how you got to do it. You got to warm up.
Well, then.
Just get it over with. You know what I mean? So anyway, I was flying high and trying to be very mindful of electrical lines.
You said you were trying, or did you?
Phone lines.
Oh, my gosh.
Can I tell my story? That's not important right now. Anyway, I was watching trees and bushes, and I may or may not have had to watch a car or two. But either way, the video is going to be awesome. I love the video.
Either way, it's going to be great.
Did you see the drone sitting in there?
Yeah, I saw it on charge.
Okay, cool.
Is it banged up? I didn't pay attention.
Don't worry about it. It's not important.
Okay, so I wanted to wait. So I've had more time. I have a script titled "Doing Chores Like Eric Flies His Drone." It's a very, very short film. You just wake up, run into the wall, and go back to sleep.
You know what? I want these people, all these people that are harassing me, to come to my house and visit.
Why? So you can run a drone into their face or something?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure it out.
No, let's see. Wait,
Chuck PC, what's going on, man? It's good to have you here, Mr. Six Pack himself.
Jamie said Ryan wants a drone, so thinking we're going to get him a real cheap one just in case, then slowly work his way up.
In that case, just go to the dollar store and get one of those wooden, them wooden ones that you put together and put like a rubber band on the front. And you like fly it.
Oh my
gosh,
what I'm talking about? Yes.
Oh man, them things irritated me. They never flew the way they're supposed to.
I'm looking to See it's in here. That is so funny. I'll come, but you can't hold my gear, bro. Yeah, don't let them touch your stuff. Not your camera, not your drone.
Yeah.
None of it.
Hey, yeah. So Tim and Trinity. So
yeah, so that's what I wanted to actually reach out and I wanted to.
You want to say something about that?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say before you talk about your drone. So I was going to say, I just wanted to say that we've been praying for everybody in the areas that were hit by bad weather. It was, Michael, you can totally come. You and Sarah can totally come. Bring your kids, come visit.
Hey, we can have some drone races.
Oh my gosh, I'm just going to be inside.
We can go around the barn,
go
through the barn. We can go through the barn.
Through the barn,
under the tractor.
Yeah.
We can set up an obstacle course. This is going to be cool.
Yes, get the insurance, okay? Okay. So anyway, I just wanted to let y'all know, we have been praying for y'all in bad weather. Alicia with Country Mama Musing, she is still without. Tell us something wonderful about Eric so we can get over the drone incident. Yeah, let's talk about this real quick first. So, so Alicia over at Country Mama, she has been without internet. And so her power went down for a while. She got her power back, I believe, and she had power this afternoon, but her internet's kind of wonky and stuff. And so she's doing well overall. I think they had some issues going on at the house, but they didn't lose anything, and that's great. I know, hey, our Okie Homestead, I know there were a lot of people that were really in harm's way. And there were a lot of people that lost internet, that lost power. And, it made me think even more of how important it is to make sure we have a preparedness bag, just preparedness stuff to make sure that we have all those things. This is bad weather that comes all the time. Yeah, it's funny, Carla. There's so many things that, just be praying for them, be praying for all those people that lost family members and lost their homes and just so much. Wait, Zombie Prepper needs lots of prayers. He lost his great nephew. It would have been his first Christmas there crushed. Oh no, that's awful. Oh, okay. We'll definitely be praying for them.
That was Scott. Was that with the tornadoes?
With the tornado. Oh, poor guy. Yeah, the bug out bags, exactly. But the idea is to have the things you need in a central location. I guess, in a tornado, when you lose your house like that, you're not going to be able to find your gear a lot of times. One of the things that we do, and, last night I was just in tears when I walked out of church and Lisa was trying to keep in touch with Alicia. And she was like, Alicia's in the basement with Papa Jim and the dogs. And they're in the middle of something and it's coming. And I'm like, just the tears were like streaming. I'm like, please, Lord, let her be okay. And then I got word a little bit later that she was fine. I'm like, oh, okay, good. She's good. But I was telling Eric when all that stuff was going on, I was like, man, I feel like I need like a directory of where everybody is so that as I'm watching the weather, because I love watching weather, not that kind of weather, but I'm a weather person. And his nephew was in the hospital with a double break in his neck. Oh no. So anyway, it's one of those things that I felt like I needed to know where everybody was. And, Lisa over at Yogi Hollow, she was so amazing. She was like checking on everybody. And I kept like following what she was doing because I didn't know where everybody was. And I just felt so helpless. Like I couldn't do anything. And then like Carmen said, or Nathan, intercession, prayer is wonderful. And that's the most I could do is pray for everybody. And I just started praying so hard, everyone. Just thinking wherever anybody, and when I saw it going through like Michigan, all the winds and stuff last night were going through Michigan and all that, and Minnesota and stuff. And I was like, okay, I know people that are in Michigan. I know people that are in Minnesota. Like I was just praying for people. And it broke my heart. So all of my Second Amendment stuff is locked in my safe. And I have my name, address, and phone number in my safe in case it blows away. Maybe someone will call me to return it. Hey, got to do what you got to do. My bishop's family needs a bishop lost his father Sunday, and then his wife lost her mom today. Oh no. And then the bishop just had his last chemo treatment. Oh my. We'll definitely be praying, Leanne, for sure. Oh my gosh. There's just so many people that are just having so much trouble. And it's like right before Christmas. And it's just so hard because this is time where a lot of people are trying to get together with their family. And anyway.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
just
it's so hard.
Good. Yeah. I was thinking about you last night, Michael, you and Sarah and the kids. I was thinking about that because I know that it was bad. Like the straight line winds were bad. So I just started praying for so many people.
It's just, but the reality is this goes on all the time. And, I think sometimes it's where it's important for us to step back and think about truly how blessed we are.
Yeah.
To know that that we're not dealing with a lot of those struggles. And, it's sometimes I, I think about that at work because my job can be very stressful at times. And when you step back and think about people who are sick or people who, like terminally sick, not just like a cold or the flu or, COVID or something like that, but like, or I mean, I guess too, if it's impacting them, like we talked about last week with prep for it. I mean, it's just, there's just so much stuff out there and again, I'm really excited to talk to this guy tonight. Full disclosure, I binged a lot of his shows and
Worth it.
Definitely worth it. And every time it ended, I'm like, I'm going to go to the next one.
Okay, ready? Smart Hickory Croft again, because that's how you have to lead Hickory Croft. Smart, intelligent people. Getting to know so many people through YouTube really changes things when you watch the news and see what's going on elsewhere. That's exactly true. And like Scott here, Scott, we'll be praying for you, man. We have very high winds tonight. I'm going to lose power. So if I disappear, it's not because of Eric.
Well, that's reassuring. Thank you, buddy. That's like I walked through one of the parts of my building.
Hey, how
and I saw the reports about the where does Aaron live from Bramble Hill?
In Canada?
I know, but isn't it British Columbia or something? Or
I don't know which one it is. I know that
I feel like it's over there somewhere.
I'm a bad friend.
Somebody in here probably knows.
Lisa knows. I'm a bad friend.
But the thing is that because of how much flooding they've had, and Hickory Croft is right because before, I mean. It's not just really even the US and Canada as much as it's like you're so isolated to where you live to think that people are being
British Columbia
hurt somehow somewhere else is
British Columbia for Erin. But she was safe from a lot of that flooding, but major parts of her town were flooded out and stuff. It was so sad.
Correct.
But yes, I was constantly trying to check on her and stuff too. Hey, Rochelle, how are you?
What's going on, Miss Brampton Gardner?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's just
we have a map of Canada. Daz has like 800 computers in front of him. Okay, we are in a schoolroom and we have a map of the United States of America and Canada right there, right above the screen, right there. So we can look up and see all the United States. So that way we know that Iowa is above Missouri.
I used to, with one of my previous employers, I worked from home, and this would be where I was for all those calls. Times because it was different states that were involved. Because I wasn't real familiar with them, I would look up and start reviewing them while they're talking just to get a better idea of where it is in relation to where I am.
Yeah. See, Erin's in more of a mountainous area. So she's.
Well, I remember her saying that, but I remember it was like all the roads were blocked for people to.
Brampton. We don't have a full map like that. I need to figure out where is Brampton. Where are
Brampton
you, Rochelle?
The name of the city or something?
Well, yeah, she's the Brampton Gardener.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Bramble Hill.
No, Brampton. So wait. So Rochelle, where are you? Are you Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, or British Columbia? Are you close to all them?
Stop acting like you have any clue.
They're only like the big cities. So.
The Modern Native, how are you?
Modern Native, how are you?
I think, are they new in here?
I think so.
Well, it's great to see
Brampton is in Ontario. Okay, there you go. And so that way. So way above the UP.
You keep cutting me off again.
I'm sorry.
And okay, no.
It's first live. Nope. Very nice for being here.
Thank you for coming out. We really appreciate it.
And How to Garden's in here.
Awesome. How to Garden is in here. If you don't mind sharing your first name so we can write
I'm going to write it down, then I'm going to try to look for it later at another time, and I'm not going to be able to find it, so we're going to ask you again.
Yeah.
But
if you care to share
it sticks, I'm going to remember it and say your name.
Yeah. Okay, but so Monica's trying to be smarty pants over here and talk about the UP. You didn't know what the UP was.
I do know what the UP is.
Now you do.
Because I have friends that told me about the UP. So stop acting.
I'm not acting any kind of way. It's you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Anyway. Let's see.
Are you running out of things to talk about, Eric? Hey, Eric, you got about 50 yards available for me to land my ultralight in your yard?
Who?
Chuck PC.
Let's go. Bring that thing in here. Let me fly that.
What's an ultralight?
It's an airplane.
What?
He can land on the road.
He can land next door. There's nobody that lives there right now.
You don't want to land in a field with all the bumps and stuff.
You could. Chuck PC. Do it.
Let's go with the ultralight.
I don't know I didn't know what an ultralight was.
It's like probably like a 2-person plane.
Oh yeah. So Daz, by the way,
what's going on, Heath, over at Frontier Survivor?
Oh,
Glad you're
hey.
here, sir.
Okay. So wait, ready? Yeah, he's
What?
up. He only has like 280 hours or so. He's got less than 300 watch hours to get his 4,000 watch hours.
That's awesome.
Wait, is it? No, you're already monetized, aren't you? No, you're not. You got his 1,000. You need 300. Yeah, you need like 300 hours. What is that? Do not let Eric fly. Do not. He would kill himself.
Well, I think that Chuck PC could teach me how to do it.
The Green Acre's about 500 hours away, but subs is what I really need help with. Wow. The Green Acre and My Aussie Garden and Kitchen, 2 really good channels. Y'all should definitely check them out.
Yep. Everybody get over there.
We're good coming home to stretch of the year. Let's see.
Get out there and check them guys out. Let's one another. Don't forget, if you didn't get a chance to watch our live last week, we did a sample from the Green Acre. Some spicy honey. That was spicy.
It was spicy.
That was spicy stuff. I give you that one.
Real spicy.
You know what though? And I was thinking about it. Maybe that was the.
Oh, thank you for popping in.
The what is it called?
What?
Okay, I got distracted. They're going skin tanning. Wait, what's happening? I'm just popping in before I go live with my venison smoke. Oh, I thought he was saying.
And Grafted Branch is getting ready to go too. I have to go sadly. Thank you all for the community. Thank you for popping in, Grafted Branch. I really appreciate you so much.
I thought he was saying he was going tanning. I'm like, what is this, back in 1990 or something?
People still tan.
Do
they spray tan.
Well, that's different. I mean,
no, because you still have to go. Yes, I agree, Leanne. We need to lift him up and get him to 4,000 watch.
The people down here in Texas, Nick over there in Arizona, we know good and well people down here know better. They're not out there tanning.
Look, he can't even call you beard no more. He's calling you bread. You're not even beard anymore. You're bread.
What's up?
Beard will fly right into a tree. Don't put him behind the controls. Exactly.
No, you gotta fly higher. You gotta fly higher.
Fly, my man, fly.
Oh yeah, do that one there. We need to talk about that.
It says, if you would like to support Zombie Prepper, here's the video of him explaining their nightmare. R.I.P. little one. Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna make sure I go watch that.
Yeah, if you guys get a chance, go over and support Zombie Prepper. Has been around our lives for a period of time. I mean, he's always been a very good supporter, and so if you get a chance, go check that out. I'll definitely do the same.
Chuck said it's a 2-seater.
See, there you go.
Nope. I need to learn how to tan. I'm so pale. Yeah, I'm apparently so pale. I keep disappearing into the background.
Yeah, look how, man, she's whiter than white. Casper's jealous of this mess over here.
What in the world?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my goodness. Yogi needs 173 subs and then the watch hours. Oh my. Oh yeah, the Modern Native has 7 deer hides to tan. That's awesome. Wait, where are you, Modern Native? Can we send you a hide? We have a beef hide that we need tanned. We have a guy that does it. Speaking of beards, Celtic Roots is in here. How are you?
What's going on?
Hey, slow and steady, Okie Homestead. Slow and steady wins the race. That's what I'm saying. Slow and steady.
Or what are we talking about?
80 plus subs.
I thought we were talking about the drone driving again. Or airplane flying or something.
Hey, Ian Dale, how are you? Did we say hi to you earlier? I think we did, but I can't remember.
I don't think we did.
We're skipping around here.
Yeah, because
I just need to stop tonight. Beard probably has bread in his beard, so that I'm not wrong. He doesn't eat bread.
Yeah, see? Joke's on you.
He doesn't eat bread, so yeah.
I got to keep up this girlish figure.
You just don't eat bread.
Yeah.
Yeah, because bread sometimes has egg in it, too.
That's true.
He doesn't eat bread.
Well, like they say, a moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips.
I don't say that.
Okay.
I disagree with that.
You did.
If I say it, it will happen, and I don't want that to happen.
Is that what's happening? Okay, that's how it works.
Because I just binged on a few dipped chocolates earlier, so I'm so white that people need sunglasses to be around me. Okay, Leanne, I feel you on that one. Like you can. So I was sitting today, and one of the boys was like, "What's wrong with your hand?" And what's wrong with my hand? He's like, "What is that blue under your skin?" I was like, "That's my veins." Oh, why don't I have that? I was like, "Cause you're young, okay? That's why."
No,
and I'm skinny. Like my skin is pale and
there you go. That's the
old.
answer.
I have old skin now, okay?
You can't be blaming it on your age. You've always been able to see the veins in your hands because you just pale. You know, when you put something like darker behind something transparent, you can see through it.
Oh, see, look, Carmen and Nathan need 255 more subs, but we need to be more consistent with videos. We do projects and forget. Yeah, I feel you on that one. And Scott's reminded us too. Yeah, Zombie Prepper. He wanted bugging him to create a channel, and he's got 39 subs. Show him some love. I think that's Zombie Prepper you're talking about, right?
He's only got 39 subs.
I think that's what he said. I'm gonna go look.
Go back up on that.
Scroll up.
I'll put it up on screen so I can see it.
Yeah,
create a channel. And he's got. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's show that guy some love. I mean, he's already had some. He's got enough heartache right now going on. Let's show him some love. Try to beef that thing up.
I'm looking.
Subscribe to that joker right there.
I think I already did.
No, it's right there.
I know, but I'm trying to. I'm not sure why I didn't subscribe.
Oh,
that's not him.
Oh, that's a different guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's show some support. We got, these wonderful holidays that are coming up. Let's show some love. Don't forget to support the local businesses and stuff like that. If you're in here and you haven't had a chance to check us out on Instagram, Facebook, please do so. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe, do that as well.
Okay. I'm sorry. What did I miss? Why is Rochelle telling somebody to soak it in urine and then chew on it? What did I miss in the chat? I'm so far behind.
I turned my head for like a second.
And it's all about urine and chewing on stuff. Okay, we did say hi. We did say hi to Andale, yeah. And yes, he doesn't eat bread. Oh my gosh, we are so far and behind.
Why did you? Oh, because you're playing with things again.
I'm not playing with things.
Okay, just
parchment paper skin. Yes, that's my skin. What was she talking about? Rochelle's chewing on stuff and soaking things in urine. I'm so scared. I don't know what's wrong. What's happening right now?
Okay. All right. Let's
just making the kids lunch, and we're talking about urine and chewing on things.
Okay.
Guys, don't let the kids hear.
Let's I don't know. Don't do a video on that. I don't think anybody wants to see that.
Hey.
Sheesh.
She. Okay, I like it. Moments with Vanessa. How are you?
What's going on? A couple new folks in here.
Yeah.
Appreciate you coming in.
Your dad's here. Texas Carnivore's here.
What's going on, Dad? You didn't hear the story I was telling about Mom earlier, right? All right. So anyway, one thing I wanted to talk about real quick.
Okay.
Let's try to make it something that at least.
It was Brampton Gardner. She said something about urine and shit. I don't know where I missed. And she's out now. Watch. Rochelle's gone. And she's not talking about. Hit the thumbs up. Rochelle, what were you talking about with urine and chewing on it?
Let's go back up here to Celtic Roots right there.
Yeah. I don't mind supporting. I do it all the time. Some people have a tendency to unsubscribe immediately after. Not cool. I agree. Not cool.
Yeah. Well, and don't forget that the thing is that it's not like you're paying anything for it. Number one. Number two, it doesn't hurt just to leave it in place.
Oh, Rochelle just came back. See? She just said something and then rolled out. Rochelle, you just said something about soaking it in urine and then chewing on it. What were you talking about? Because now I'm not sure. Hey, Chuck PC says, soon as the weather calms down, touch base with you and I'll fly over and see you all of an afternoon. What?
I'll fly my drone up while he's flying over, dude.
Wait,
this is going to be so epic.
Is it she or sheesh? I like that, actually. Okay, that's Tommy Duncan's wife. Very cool. Thank you for being here. That's awesome.
Or is it she's he?
She's he.
She's he.
She's she.
She.
YouTube don't subscribe. They do. YouTube does. Okay. I don't think they unsub you. She's ignoring me now. She's ignoring me now. She was talking about tanning hides. Are you sure, Lisa?
Okay. Well, that makes a little bit more sense.
Okay. Hey, Tina, how are you?
Wait, what is? Go back up here on this.
We're famous YouTubers.
Who's that?
We are not famous YouTubers, Vanessa.
Well, what do you?
That's how Rochelle does bacon. Ah, thank you, Daz. That makes so much sense.
Hey, and
yeah, you were missed. We weren't sure what was going on. She. It is she.
If she ever
not she,
not she, but if Rochelle ever comes down to visit, she will not be making breakfast.
No, not bacon for sure. Just soak it in urine and chew on it. I don't know. Why are you chewing on a tanning hide?
I don't know.
That's not how you do it. Hide?
I don't know what's going on.
I have no idea. I have no clue.
All
All right, so I need to reach out to our guest to make sure
Yeah,
he's coming in.
reach out to our guests.
Oh.
So
My phone's gonna die.
one thing I wanted to talk about real quick was, well, I'll just save that for next week. How about the weather? How about that? While we're waiting for our guests to come
It was
in.
hot today.
Yes.
It was warm, not hot. It was warm.
I see some of these folks out there that have these
it's gonna be
like cool temperatures are getting snow. They're like throwing it in my face. They got snow
chew
videos.
hides to soften them. Not with your teeth though.
Chew hides.
And whose urine? That's right. Whose urine?
Hooga. What's going on?
Hey,
Tina,
Hooga Homestead. Oh,
Tina lady. But why do you keep cutting me off when I'm trying to say?
Yeah, real quick. Who just has urine sitting around? Whose urine?
I carry it everywhere I go.
You carry your urine
Don't
in a
you?
bottle? In a 2-liter bottle?
No. But
Remember when you peed in a 2-liter bottle the one time so you could sprinkle it around the coops so that we would have extra urine?
Hey, look. I heard from a farmer one time, if you don't want predator and or deer coming into your joint to steal all your vegetables that you've been working hard on,
you should
just
Laz on them.
Go mark your territory.
She said, whoever's urine you can find. Oh, that's right. They did. They used brains. Yep, brains.
Yeah.
Well, real quick though, whose brains do you have? Just like
it's the animal that you shoot. You take their brain and I think you boil it or something, and then you use it. What do you mean?
Tommy's wife is Sheila. Oh, look, it's 18 degrees and snowing there.
See?
It's
like
where's she? She's in Montana.
She's in Montana. It's like 900 degrees here.
I will look it up, although I know it's already true. I've looked it up before.
This is why
in a bladder.
I'm even happier to make it to heaven, because I know it's not as hot as it is here in Texas.
Oh my word.
Know what I'm saying?
My mom had a knife in a leather sheath, and it still smelled like urine after 30 years.
Oh, that's a sweet story right there. That's something to remember.
Can we can it? Can you can it?
Can what?
Can you can urine or brains?
Not sure why you'd want to can urine.
Yeah, see? Vandal pees in front of his coop when he puts his chickens up every night.
There you go. See? Smart person right there. Vandal's very...
If you want us to subscribe to support you, seriously, reach out to us. We love our homestead community. If we subscribe to you, do not unsubscribe. We ask that you share the love too. Very nice. Human urine doesn't deter deer, apparently. I know some hunters that actually pee in mock scrapes to animate deer urine with success.
I think he's trying to say imitate.
Imitate. Yeah, imitate. All right, we need to get our guests up here.
Yeah. So we want to get our guests up here because Monica's I'm
going to watch your live, by the way, later. I'm going to rewatch it.
You doing what?
I'm going to watch the Modern Natives live, literally doing traditional brain tanning.
There we go.
But I'm going to watch it not during my live, though, because that'll be rude.
I wonder whose brain he's going to use.
Probably the deer.
Oh, okay. Well, you didn't know just like 2 minutes ago, remember?
Well, what happens if somebody brought the deer into him and they didn't save the brains? And he's a professional tanner.
What? You see what Chuck wrote up here? There it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. That's some tough language.
See, right there. All right. We need to let our guest up in here.
All right. So we'll go ahead and bring him up, and
here's our guest.
Wait, that's how you want to introduce
here's
him?
Our guest right there.
That's
how I introduce.
Wow, here he is.
Wait, ready? I'm gonna put a banner up
because you made a banner.
I made a banner. What? Boom, Jason from Gardening with Goody.
You know what?
Right there.
I know.
Check it out. Ready? I got this one too. Go check Jason out on Instagram and YouTube.
You know what? I know exactly why she's actually prepared, and that's because she was doing her mock run through on her podcast. And bored and
we jammed. We jammed up. We were like this.
Did I jam you up?
No, we just jammed up because Eric was talking a lot.
I got you.
Well, first of all, I want to welcome you to the show. And I want to say also, I normally don't invite people that have better looking beards than mine. Just because I got to keep it on the reels, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I understand, man. Like I've been working on it for a couple of years now, and so it's finally getting to that point where I really like it a lot. And then I walked into a restaurant last night with a buddy of mine, and this dude walked by, and his beard was long and flowing, and it looked perfect. And I was like, "Gosh, I'm not there yet. I just really want to get there, but I'm not there yet."
Hey, last night I went to go help my brother-in-law, and I had to stop at the gas station to get gas, obviously. And while I was standing there, it was a little bit windy, and I could feel the breeze like pushing my beard over, and I was like, yeah, I'm almost there.
Almost there, man. I get it. And I'm trying, like, I can't let it get too long. The school lets me have it, but it's not like they let me. If it was like down to here, it'd be like a definite no-go. It'd be like you need to trim the beard up. So I try to keep it nice and trimmed.
Yeah. No, I get that. Well, it was funny. I was at work last week. I didn't tell Monica about this. Normally, I don't tell her about women that compliment me, but when it comes to the beard stuff, I certainly do.
Go for it.
But this lady had come into the office, have like a gaiter on, so she can't see my face, or if I pull it down, it sits like this.
Right.
Well, she came in because it was early in the morning. I was the only one in the office, so I didn't have anything on. And she was like, "Wow, your beard looks really nice." And I was like, "Oh, thank you very much." And the first person I thought of was my lovely wife, because I know how much she loves my beard.
That's right. I guarantee you, like, I've had several awkward moments in my time, but I was at our school last year and I announced the basketball games at our school. And so one of the cool things I get to do is this. Sometimes, the referees will just walk over to the table. Well, this female referee walked over to the table and she says, "Your beard is glorious." And I went, and I looked at the person that's next to me and I kind of went back and forth. And I really don't know what to say back to her right now. Thank you. Thank you very much. You know what I would have said? What's that?
I would have said, "Hold on, let me turn this microphone back on and say it again."
No, he would have been like, "Could you do me a favor? Could you go find, my wife is right there. Could you tell her real quick?"
My wife thinks so too. That's the thing. That's a great response. I have to remember that. Put it into the bank later on.
Go remind my wife of how glorious it is. That would be Eric, because I'd be like, "No thanks."
I've seen a couple of questions come across here about beard oil. Yes, beard oil is a thing, and I use it all the time.
Yeah.
Well, apparently, according to Celtic roots, beard oil is good for dry skin, but beard balm is good to tame it.
Yes, and here's my beard balm, y'all.
Oh,
yeah, and I got this from Casey, and this is ombre right here, and I use it all the time. I love it. So,
yeah, it does wonders for sure.
Soft. It makes it soft. The beard looks rough, but it makes it really soft in the long run. So does the oil too. So
don't put your beard on me.
Just
do not put your beard on me.
Feel it.
I don't want to feel your beard.
Oh man.
Hey, Wendy from Southern Stone and Grown.
We got a lot of folks here. We got when stuff hits the fan.
Engineering. Yep. Saw him or her.
Black's Tropical.
Oh, your dad said bacon grease is also good for the beard.
You can't go wrong with bacon grease.
I hear it attracts maggots.
Well, bacon on anything is wonderful. So,
Pedmar, what's going on?
Hey, Margie.
Good to see you. Let's see anybody.
Altruistic Farmstead. How are you, Jen and Wiley?
Yep.
We're gonna be with Jen and Wiley tomorrow night on a live. We're gonna eat dinner with them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I know, it's kind of a neat thing.
Live in front of a camera.
I know. Isn't that weird? But kind of cool.
Well, actually,
it's not weird in a bad way.
I saw the jelly bean challenge, by the way. I watched that. It made me laugh. Number one, because the responses of your face, you told everything there was to know about the responses, to the, I guess it was the taste, but some of that stuff was pretty funny. So good stuff right there. Yeah.
Well, the curdled milk actually smelled like curdled milk. It was nasty.
Well, look, that was not my choice, by the way. I did not want to do that. I'm the type of person where I don't like to be told what I'm going to do.
I agree with that, man.
And so when I heard that we were supposed to do this challenge, and I'm like, who's going to do this challenge? Well, I decided to be a good sport because Monica wanted to do it. But I don't know if you saw the part where I decided I wasn't going to tell whether it was the good flavor or the bad flavor and then I decided I was going to let her tell it. So I blew it in her face. Well, the reason why I decided that, because that curdled milk one, sour milk, or what is it called?
It was like sour, disgusting. I had it too. And it was bad. It smelled worse than it tasted, actually. It smelled.
Were the jelly beans all the same color? Let me ask you that question.
So they were all, the pear and the booger were both green. So you either had, or like the white was like coconut cream or curdled milk. And so you would pick out the one color, not knowing. I mean, it's a great game if you want to watch your kids like be tortured. I mean, it's really like for a guy that's got a lot of kids, especially your youngest are the twins, right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So they're of age where it's fun to like mildly torture them with stuff like that. And so that would be a fun game to just like, hey, got a fun game. You guys like jelly beans? And then like watch them torture each other. It's fun. I watched my 5-year-old eat a black jelly bean, which would have been either chocolate pudding or skunk or something gross. Oh, stink bug. And it was stink bug.
What about the one with
stinky Band-Aid?
It was the Band-Aid one, or the bandage, I think is what it was called.
And Marino got it, and it tasted like, he said it tasted like blood. It was like, bleh.
Yeah, that's gross. Well, one of the things I did with my kids is I grew arugula this year, and they had never tasted arugula. And so I gave one to Trip, one to Hazel. And there's videos floating around out here somewhere.
I saw that video.
And she bit into that arugula with all the gusto of everything that she had. And then she was like, oh, Dad. Like, it was like her face was priceless. So
I saw that video. I love that video. That was one of the first videos I had seen. I had seen a couple of your videos, and I watched that one. I was like, yes, this guy knows where it's at. Make your kids eat stuff that you grow. Because here's the thing. You know, when you grow it in your garden.
Is that the thing we made the one time and it tasted like a fart?
No, no, that's a turnip.
No,
arugula is, yeah, it was a turnip. Yeah. A turnip smells like a big fart. And when you cook it in your oven, it makes the fart smell like a super fart. And it's bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad. Yeah. Arugula is a bitter. It's the dirt. You know, when your mom has a salad and I tell her that one part of the salad tastes like dirt.
What does it look like? Is that the leaf?
Yeah, it looks like a leaf.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It's rough.
I got you.
Now, do you, Jason, like the arugula?
I do. I love it. And we mix it. We mix it with our lettuce. We mix it with our Swiss chard. Everything just kind of blends it in. We make a spring mix as well. So it's pretty good.
That's what my mother-in-law would buy, the spring mix from like Costco back in Maryland. She's like, this is all real good for you. And I'm like, that right there tastes like a pile of dirt mixed in with my good salad. Could we not?
It is. And it almost adds like that peppery flavor at the very end of it. That's where the bitter comes in at it. So
yeah,
eat it by itself, though. That's where it gets.
If pepper tasted like dirt, then I would totally agree with you. But I don't know that pepper tastes like dirt in my world.
No,
so.
I understand.
Look, she said, oh, so Carmen is over here in Texas too. She's down in Terrell. And she said, arugula is just not worth it. We grew daikon radishes this year. And let me tell you what, the greens and roots are delicious. Yeah. Okay. She's a good one to check out stuff because she's really local too.
Right.
She's just a little south of me.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'll tell you, I know we're right down the road from each other and we've got to get together and hook up and
for sure.
I would love to do that. So
well, for starters, we can do it because we're beard bros.
Absolutely.
But we'll definitely do it if you answer this question correctly.
Oh gosh. Okay. I'm a little.
Do you have a drone?
Okay, so listen, I have a drone through the school, but I don't have my personal drone.
Can you bring it home?
No, and let me tell you why. And I'll tell you the story behind this. We're in the second round of the playoff. Okay, our playoff game, second round of our playoff game. And our filmer is right behind us, and we're out here, we're filming practice in front of us. And the drone is about 50 feet above the goalpost. And then all of a sudden, one of my DTs, defensive lineman, he walks up and bumps me on the shoulder. He says, well, coach, he said, the drone just fell from the sky. And it did. And we looked up and this drone goes face down into the ground and just explodes. And somehow the battery popped out of it. And it was 2 to 3 years old. And it was a DJI. It was a real nice one. And I'm telling you, the two front legs are like, all hanging out. And so it was bad. So we didn't film anymore with the drone, for the rest of that week. So no, I'm going to have to wait a little bit on that one.
All right. Well, I guess we can meet up still. We'll allow it.
Well, I appreciate it.
I'll let you crash my drone.
No, we only have 2 more.
Yeah, I got 2 more replacements to go. after the 2 replacements is when you have to really be careful.
You got to watch out for the trees.
Oh my gosh, yes,
Yeah,
for sure.
they keep getting in my way, man. They just like pop up out of nowhere. Okay,
Yeah,
so I didn't get to share it earlier, but when I was shooting this, I don't know if you were able to hear me or not, or if you were listening in the background, but
yes, I was listening.
I shot a video for Monday. It's kind of a shorter video. It's not an actual short, but it's a shorter video, and it was night drone work.
Okay.
And there's one scene in particular at the end, and you'll know.
Okay.
But I got really close by accident, and it was windy last night. And let me tell you something. When I was like, oh, and of course, I like have this dreaded fear of Monica, because all she's going to be like, well, how did you get it stuck up there? Why were you flying over top of that? It's like, but anyway, I started reversing and coming back, and then I was trying to park it close to me, and the wind was so heavy that it was pushing it over. Wow. It was just pushing it away. We'll leave it at that.
It was pushing it away.
Yeah, that wind will take control over here, especially when it's blowing hard. So,
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Okay,
so
let's introduce Jason a little bit, because
you did already. Remember, you were like, "This is Jason."
Finish, because I was working on something on the computer too. So Jason, so you started your channel when? When did you start your channel?
Okay, this is just almost a year ago. It'll be a year ago on my birthday in January 24th, and that day was a really fun day for us because I'd bought a bunch of buckets, and just the pandemic was just getting to that the COVID stuff, and I was thinking, man, what's a way I can grow food on my own? It just really opened up my mind to a bunch of different things. And so I started talking to God about it. Said, all right, God, what do you want us to do? What do you want me to do? How can we do this a little better than what we've been doing? Anyways, we started with buckets and started with wicking buckets. So that day I bought, I'd bought some potting soil. I didn't really, and to be honest with you, I really didn't know what I was doing, like 100%. Like it was just a new thing for us. And I'd been watching a lot of videos, gardening with Leon and different things like that, and just learning about the wicking bucket system. And so my kids got together that day, and we all got in there, and we poured the buckets, started making everything. And so I planted, just some ideas of what to do. We planted blueberries that day. We planted just several different plants. And that's the very first video that we did. Well, my son Trip wanted to get the phone out and video it.
Jason, real quick, did you grow any jalapenos? Because I remember you were showing off your bell peppers.
We did bell peppers, we did jalapenos, we did all kinds of stuff. I did tomatoes, I did just a bunch of different things. I even tried to do squash in the bucket, and it didn't work at all. It was a total failure. But the jalapenos, the bell pepper, the tomatoes did pretty good too. So, I mean, and I'm still out there. I've still got green peppers growing in those buckets right now. And so that's kind of where it started for us. And the weird thing is I don't know a whole lot about YouTube and this whole thing right here, and I'm still figuring it out. But one of the things that happened that day is, I've got a pretty savvy little boy who was pretty creative, and he just said, hey, we got to call this something. And so he was like, gardening with Dad. And well, the guys I work with at the school nicknamed me Goody. My last name is Goodson. So Jason Goodson, they used to call me Goody all the time. So he's like, okay, let's call it Gardening with Goody. Bam. Yes. And that's where it kind of all got started. And the funny thing is by the time that night was over, I had a YouTube channel and no clue what I was doing. So that was starting in January last year. So, and just trying to figure all this stuff out, and that's where we're at right now. So it was kind of crazy. And so I came up with this tagline, and I put it in there because it was not about gardening, it's about life. And the tagline, and it's not that I'm not talking about gardening, it's that it's all about life. Yep. In the midst of the gardening, in the midst of the homesteading, in the midst of the things that I want to do and learn, this life just comes out of it. And so that's kind of where all that got started for us. And so he's been a big part of that, and he's been encouraging, and that's so cool because, I never would have thought about doing stuff like this. But I've connected with so many people in such a short amount of time, and the community online and through Instagram and through this, has been incredible. So encouraging. Just the things that I thought that, okay, this is far-fetched, kind of, this is over my head a little bit. I'm not a digital native, to be honest with you. I'm a total alien when it comes to digital stuff. So I'm learning, but I'm having a great time doing it. And if nobody ever watches, here's my thing. If nobody ever watches, that's fine. But my kids will be able to look back at this one day and go, man, Dad did some pretty cool stuff. And that's cool. And maybe their kids will watch it, And so some of that stuff just starts happening down the road. So that's kind of what my thought and vision is. But all these videos I do, it's all about life. It's all about the things going on. What's God doing with me right now, and just telling my story, my testimony, just some of the things that I've learned over the few years that I've been hanging out with God, and just some of the things I've learned from him. And so that's part of it, really. And I'm just seeing it as an avenue. I'm a teacher in public school, you homeschool. And for me, my public school life is my mission field. That's kind of where God has me. It's like my journey has been strange to get there. But the cool thing about it is that it's been a total God thing throughout every part of that. The doors opening to get me there. I did church work for 12 years before I started education, and it was it was such a different transition for me. But it was always been in my heart. It's always been in the things I want to do. So, I was a youth pastor. I worked in camp ministry. That's where I met my wife, was at a church camp. And I played the guitar and sang for a while. We traveled around and did some things like that. And I made a fool of myself more than once. And so it was really cool to be able to do that. Just having the opportunity to basically, to do what God has called us to do. And that's what this channel is all about. And that's what I want to do with my channel, is just kind of, hey, let's talk about life. But, gardening is going to be a part of that. There's something, because the garden for me, and we talk, I talk about this all the time. It's a place of rest for me. And I don't know, that reminds me of the Garden of Eden in Scripture. There were some things about that I'm sure that were really restful for Adam and Eve. When God plants it, he's created all these things in 7 days, and all of a sudden he's going to plant a garden. Well, I'm in. And I can't believe I waited so late to do it, And so just taking the opportunity to make it happen has been a blessing for me. And it's a way I escape. It's one of those things that I get to do all the time to chill. And I love it. So,
Jason, let me add, well, first of all, I want to say that, that's one of the things that we try to encourage people a lot is, you don't have to have, hundreds of acres to be able to, you can do it right where you are. And, ironically, when Monica and I first started back in Maryland, we lived in a little tiny townhouse, and the guy that I worked for lived up in Pennsylvania, and he had a lot of acreage, and he had a big garden. And so he asked me, he's like, well, why don't you grow some stuff? And I said, well, I don't have any land or anything like that. And he said, man, you can grow stuff in buckets. You can grow stuff in flower pots. You can, and so it's really awesome. So I'll just tell the people, and then I'll ask you this question. So you live on an acre of property, correct?
Right. Yes. 1 acre.
So tell the people, and I think this is awesome. I was really excited when I heard this, and especially when we were talking earlier about all the people who have been impacted with the tornadoes and the bad storms and stuff like that.
Right.
So tell the people what your vision is of growing the vegetables in your backyard.
Okay, wait, before you start, okay. I have to say,
hey, she cuts everybody off.
I have to say real quick, what you're about to say is the reason why I told Eric 2 months ago, I said, we're looking for people to have one. I want gardening with Goody. I want that dude to come on because he has something to say. And Eric's like, okay. I have people on a list. I'm like, he's on my list. So you have been, I'm throwing Eric under the bus, but you have been on my list for months. And this is the reason, because what you're about to say hit me.
You're low key bragging. He's trying to talk about Jesus, and you're
bragging on him talking about Jesus. Go ahead.
Okay.
Do it, Jason.
One of the things that I want to do is ultimately is I want to be able to grow and use my land to grow food to help feed the neighborhood. That's kind of the thing that, if I can, if God is not going to like one of those things where here's where I get real impatient with life sometimes is when I want to get out and I want to have all these, I want 10 acres, I want 3 acres, and all of a sudden, and God's like, whoop, hold on, it's I've got you where you are for a purpose. And so whether this happens or not, it's just the vision, and this is what I'm working for. Is I want to feed my family, but I also want to feed the people. And if we can sustain and feed people, not only with food, but with bringing them here and let's have a conversation about God. Where you at in life? What are we doing? And so that's one of the things that this really has set I would love to be able to, I've got, I'm barely using this acre of land out here that I have. And there's so much more there that I can use to be beneficial for people. I'd love to have a greenhouse out here. I can't raise chickens. They won't let me raise chickens. And I hadn't fought too hard about the rabbits yet, but I'm getting there. And there's things like that, so I'm a little limited on the things that I can do that I want to do, but at the same time, they can't limit me for growing food out in my yard or growing it in a bucket or having a stand or something where people can walk up and go, hey, if something happened out here, somebody could get right down the road here and go, hey, I need some food. Here it is. Let's go for it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that's a great opportunity to be able to help people. And, the thing is that a lot of times, even people who aren't necessarily open to the idea of people talking about Jesus, the acts that Jesus instructs us to do are things that people won't argue against, so, again, a lot of times people look at these major catastrophes that happen and then we want to run out there and help. But, the thing is that there are people who are in need every single day. It's not just limited to these catastrophes or, catastrophic events that take place.
Absolutely. Here's something interesting that just happened 2 days ago. I'm in the hallway at the school where I work, and my principal's there, and he's talking about having to rip up his deck out in his backyard. He ripped up his deck, and he's got all this wood out there, and he said, I've got this guy coming by to get it. And I was like, man, I wish I'd have known. And all of a sudden, the guy, I guess, backs out on him. He next morning comes to me and says, hey, I've got 40 pieces of 2x6s in my backyard. Do you want them? I'm like, yes.
Wow.
Yes. 40 pieces of 2x6s. I've got sitting in my garage right now. And so, so little things are starting to fall into place. And I've been wanting to try out raised beds. I did a no-till garden out here this last year and worked wonderfully, like beyond my imagination. And so there's slowly things are starting to take little shapes and forms of what God is doing. So, and I'm trying to be patient in that process as well. So, because, I'm a cannonball type of guy. I just want to dive in and go and just make the water splash real big. And I know, and I feel you, brother. I'm the same way.
But that's called a visionary,
right?
And that's the thing that, well, I know that why Monica and I work so well together is because we balance each other. I'm very optimistic. She's very pessimistic.
Eric just dreams way big, and I'm like, hey, reality check. Let's bring it back down to a real level. But the thing is like, that's what Nathan and Carmen said. Look, God will do it. And that's the thing. Right. You have a vision. And Eric's really good about doing that. He's always good about making sure that if we have goals, that we set a vision for what we're going to do. And we ask God to bless that vision if it's his time and his will. And that's right. Belinda and Chuck, when God gives you a work, he will make it happen. He will supply and he will bless that time. And that's a lot of times what we try to do. And with this farm, we do the same thing. We just want to be able to bless people with the things that we do. And it's just so important to kind of, stay on that track. And I love what you're doing. I watched that first video, the one of you and Trip, and he was like drilling the holes in and then this morning I was watching again with my little kids, and there you've broken it down into shorter segments when you're doing it again, and then you put it into a bigger bin and not a 5-gallon bucket. And we were watching that, and my kids were cracking up. They're like, "Who's got the camera, Mom?" And I'm like, "It's one of his kids. Calm down."
It's
and they were I was like, the one boy was like, my one boy was like, "Mom, he's zooming into his legs." I'm like, "Okay, give it a second. We're gonna go back to but they were cracking up. Watch. I said, that's a kid though. I was like, he's got to be like 9 years old, man. He's like y'all's age. And And so anyway, it was just the cutest thing, because my kids were like, "Yeah, that's pretty awesome what he's doing." And it's just kind of neat to see kids helping you. And that was one of the questions I want to ask you too. How has your family changed, or has your family changed? Has this changed at all your dynamic with you starting a garden and doing a channel and trying to record some of the things that you're doing?
Yeah, I think it's been a good transition for us overall. I think for the garden especially, my kids have tried doing things that I don't think they ever would have tried otherwise. Especially like the arugula and doing different things like that. But
no, we're not talking about that again, man.
The arugula.
We're past the arugula.
No, well, I'm just saying, I was using that as an example for them, actually trying something else. But if I just rip it off the plant and eat it myself right there, usually Trip will just go right for it. Hey, I want to try it. Here you go.
That's what Eric does too. He be eating all my peppers.
But my favorite thing that we did this year, and kind of how it worked with the kids, is like okra. I don't know if you've had raw okra right off the plant or not, but it's delicious. I love fried okra. But
pass again. Jason, if you keep this up, dude, I'm gonna have to call it a night, man. I mean, I'm really trying hard.
I bet you he likes barbecue though, so you could invite him over here and we'll barbecue.
No, because then he's gonna bring like arugula and like what is the okra?
I'll bring some like fresh okra. I've got to wait till the spring because my okra is like, it's not working right now. So,
so we invite him when okra's gone.
That's right. I'll bring some Swiss chard. I got tons of it right now.
Oh man, it's getting worse.
No, Swiss chard is good.
That's good.
Yeah, we'll be fine with that.
All right, we're good with that one.
But my kids, as far as all that stuff goes, my daughter Lucy is really good with a camera. Like, she has got an eye for taking pictures, and she has gone out and on my Instagram channel, most of the pictures that you see there on Instagram are from her taking those pictures. I can't take any credit from that stuff, but like, my oldest daughter, she's involved in FFA at the school, and she's raising a pig, and we're really involved with that. And she's doing a great job. She has worked so hard with that stuff. So just little things like that are starting to happen around, and just the things that, I've got, how kids are, they're finicky with food. And so when they try new stuff and they try to, I got one kid that just vegetables. I don't think so, so it's one of those things where not good at all. So it's just, but they're all learning to, okay, Dad's got a garden out here. He wants us to help move rock or move wood, or, and so they're getting out and doing stuff with me when it's time to do that stuff. So love it. Hey, I appreciate you checking out my channel there.
That's cool. Yeah. So have you ever tried grilled okra? Somebody was asking. I think it was Margie was asking.
No, I have not tried grilled okra. That's a great idea though. That's a great idea.
But isn't okra like fuzzy?
It is, but it's amazing how much it tastes just like the fried okra without the breading around it. It's so good. And like I can't describe
what's it taste like though? What's something that's comparable to okra?
So what I'm hearing is you got to shave it before you eat it.
Oh, no, I don't. I take it right off and chomp right down on it.
Is it like a bean?
No, it's not. It's a I couldn't even give you a description of it as far as
no, I gotta stop asking questions.
Ours is spineless. Ours is a spineless. We grow the spineless okra, and it's so good. Like, it's just fresh. I mean, it's like a tomato off the vine. You've taken a tomato off the vine and you've bit into it, and that's how I feel. It's so much better straight off the vine.
See, this is why I gotta be quiet and stop asking questions, because Carmen over here is saying raw okra is like a carrot. Eat it raw all the time. My children love it. Because I know that girl should be
It's
brought you
true.
some
It's
okra.
good.
You should try to
It's
eat
good.
it. It's so good. That's
Like
gonna be
my
Carmen.
son Trip will eat that okra right off he'll eat it without any question.
Yeah. See, Carmen's gonna be showing up after Christmas. Be like, I got some okra. You want some? Try it. Here. You'll like it. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, everything. Like I've used it in gumbo. I've used it in jambalaya. And so those things it's been really good.
So what I'm saying, this is like shrimp. You can make it pickle. You can make it fried. You can make it boiled. You can make it bubblegum.
Yeah.
Bubblegum.
Mm-hmm.
It's all dehydrated. Oh, wait, dehydrated. That's a new way.
You could dehydrate it and eat it like a chip.
What?
Just you could. I bet you could.
What?
You could dehydrate it and eat it like a chip.
Okay, so Jamie over at Mad Acre is totally jigging you right now. She was already saying, she said, don't quote me on it, but she's pretty sure it might be like a pepper. She's going to Google it. But here's the thing. She's pretty sure you just became best friends. And Jamie, I need to tell you, Jamie, I'm telling you right now, you got to go check out, scroll all the way down to his videos. Go to the very first video. Seriously, awesome video. It's got 200 views. It's his like most watched video right now.
Yeah, and I don't even know how many 200 people saw that video. So
I probably watched it like 4 or 5, maybe 8 times myself, because I kept trying to figure out how to do the bucket thing. I'm like, this is genius. And then I'm like,
it works really well too. Like, I mean, it's the most amazing thing when you I cut that pipe and I only have to water it once every 2 weeks. It's amazing.
And see, that looks awesome. And so I really want to try that. My thought is to try it with like my herbs, because I always put my herbs in my garden with the rest of my stuff, but then I lose track of my herbs because then they disappear because they've been consumed by my other vegetables. So I'm thinking of planting my herbs with my garden like I normally do, and then actually having like the herb planters in the buckets like you do for the wicking system.
Oh, it's so good. And it works so well. And when that, like, you can see the water in the bucket. Like I use the red buckets from Tractor Supply.
Yeah.
And so those red buckets, you can see if the water gets below the hole that you drill 5 inches from the bottom, the water gets below there. You just put the water back into the pipe. You don't have to feed the water into the top.
Yeah.
You do it at first, but not throughout the whole process. But you drop that water in and it fills back up. As soon as that water leaks out of that hole, stop the watering. Feed it a teaspoon of the fertilizer and you're good to go. It's amazing. And I started putting Epsom salt in there as well around it, and it just greened up and it thickened up and it did so well. So I was proud of it.
Now, are you composting?
I am. I'm currently in a process where I'm composting, because here's another great thing about our school is that the pigs and our steers and the show cows and we got a huge barn up there, and they dump all this stuff in huge piles of the hay, the manure, everything. And I've been taking my buckets and filling my buckets and bringing it back. Well, we also have here somebody asked earlier, we're in Texas. I'm in Mineola, Texas, just north of Tyler, Texas, off Highway 80. But we have a nature preserve here, and they have this huge field out there. It's free for anybody who wants to go out there, and it's nothing but wood chips that they get from the city, and they go dump it out there. And I was like, how long y'all been doing this? And it's like, there's about the last 10 years, there's tons of wood chips out there. Well, the soil out there has just darkened and deepened. It's like totally changed. And so I just go get buckets of this stuff, and that's what I used in my garden to plant my seeds and do everything with last year. And it was such a blessing. So I've mixed that with the manure and with some of our garden scraps that we have. And it's starting to slowly heat up. And so I'm starting to work on the compost pile, and hopefully I'll have enough to fill a raised bed this next year.
That's awesome.
No complaints from the HOA yet either. So
see, that's great. See, look, you know what? It's going to be, Nathan and Carmen are going to hop off this live and start driving now. They're going to be like, we're there. We're coming, buddy. Cause, Nathan and Carmen over at Jesus Loving Homesteader, they do back to Eden gardening, and their whole backyard is back to Eden. It is the most beautiful, like God's masterpiece. It is so pretty. And you look at the videos and their yard. I mean, their backyard looks massively huge. And then you stand in and you're like, oh, this is good. It's not that it's small.
Right.
It is perfectly placed and it is amazing. I love it. I'm like, I'm dumbfounded every time I go there. I'm like, girl, you have made this work. They have done an amazing job with their spaces that they have. And I'm in awe every time I go there. I feel like I need to go home and plant something else when I leave and like throw shavings over top of it. Although I don't know that I could do it as beautifully as they do, but it's so pretty. And the Back to Eden is like a thing. It is awesome.
Yeah, I've gone through and I've watched them. Like I said, YouTube is my go-to place for learning everything. So, and I've gone out and used the Back to Eden garden method out here, and it's not. I haven't perfected it yet. There's a lot of work I got to do on it, but man, it's really cool. And I'm hoping to I want to get some blueberry bushes planted. I want to get some fruit trees planted. I want to do some of that stuff. So those are things that we can do out here, and nobody can shake a finger at me and go, you can't do that. So
yeah. So when you're finished with your FFA pig, what are you doing with it?
Well, that's
taking it to market.
That's the thing. Well, last year she made sale, and so that was good for her because she paid for it. She bought it. Zoe, my oldest daughter, she paid for it, bought it, and it did all the work with it, and she made sale, and then she took the money from last year for this year's pig, and so we're hoping to make sale again, and that's just a good way for her. I mean, she's going to get, like, when she graduates next, I can't believe it's a year away, but the next May, she'll have opportunities from some good scholarships because of that. And just from, doing a pig and raising a pig, and she is the shyest person I know. She's just like my wife. She has, of course, you don't see my wife here on camera with me because she's like, I'm not doing it.
I saw her on your snow video last year.
Well,
she's coming out, check on her snowballs, her snow boobs that she made.
What?
We'll watch that video later, Eric. She made snow boobies.
Wait, when are you going to watch it later?
It was so funny.
This is a family channel.
Y'all need to go check out.
This is a family channel.
You know how you fill the balloons up with water and
no, we're not going to. Come on, man.
He didn't say one word. He just took you in a video over and he said, "This is how it turned out." And I was like, "Oh, they look."
And I didn't have to say a word because
not one word. They look like colored boobies just sitting out there.
I thought this was.
It was the funniest thing. Y'all need to go look at that one.
Funny.
That's a funny little video.
But she, in her efforts to, to make something that was artful and stuff like that.
She's trying to be crafty.
It just turned out a little janky, and so it made me laugh a little bit. So I just kind of panned over real slowly and got. I'll let you see it for yourself. So
you can't say it. I'm a girl. I can say it.
Apparently, we have to wait until tonight to watch it. Which
it's already night.
I mean, it's already late, so she's wanting to go even later. Which this is like falling right in line with her. She was this week. She said some things she shouldn't have said to our visitor.
What did I say?
You were talking about pasties.
No, Nick was talking about pasty things, and I was very confused. It was very confusing.
Very inappropriate.
Well, I'm not the one that took this video. I'm just commenting on my guest video.
Well, but remember, you were low key bragging about how we had to have him on the channel, and now you want to talk about this.
Okay, that's a funny video. That should have like 500 at least.
Right,
not whatever it's got.
So from a lighter note, I want to say this real quick. So for people who don't know, you got 5 kids.
I do.
Are you planning on having any more kids?
No, I volunteered. I took the volunteer and just said
you gave up, man.
Well, I'm just telling you, and it was when we found out we were having twins on April Fool's Day, and it was one of those, you get in there she takes a video, and I'm like, and she goes, "All right, y'all ready for twins?" And she was just joking, like nothing had ever happened. Nothing had happened yet, and all of a sudden it was like, that first look in on the camera on the screen up above us, and all of a sudden it was like, I think I jinxed you. And all of a sudden we're like, oh, there's two babies in there. I looked at her and like my face went, you talking about going pale. My face went pale. This is before I had the beard.
Monica.
Okay. I went
that was
pale.
A chance for 2 boys, though. That's the thing. You had a chance for double the boys.
It was, but I got another girl. So we got 4 girls and 1 boy. And I wouldn't change it for the world. I love it. And I'm sitting here thinking, man, my life is crazy. I've got 5 kids, and then I look at you guys, and, and I'm like, y'all are awesome, man.
I was laying in my bed this morning watching your video.
Now on, so
I told my son, I was like, "Hey, look at that little boy." I said, "That little boy's got 4 sisters. He's the only boy." He was like, "Oh man."
Hey, then she said something like, "Look at that guy. He's got such a small family."
No, I did not. I did not.
Well, I love the shorts that you do, where people ask me what I do with with the kids. I just have to tell people, go over, if you just want a good laugh, go watch those. The one that really got me was the one where the people ask you, how do you feed 5 kids?
Right. Yeah.
And then what's the tagline? How did you say it?
Tagline on that is, you better get in line early.
Yeah. So, which is funny because I tell my kids all the time, I'm like, when mom calls you several times and you don't come, I'm done. I've already worked, a minimum of 8 hours. I've traveled a minimum of probably close to 3. That's on the easy side. So when I come home and then I got to do work outside before I come inside, I'm not going to sit here and beg you to come eat dinner.
Usually that's my 19-year-old. He's usually upstairs doing something because he gets in from work, takes a shower, and then like disappears until he like smells dinner. And I'm like hollering for everybody. Everybody's in. We say the blessing. We're done. I'm like, did anybody call Luke down? Oh, we told him it was dinner time. He'll come down and be like, y'all ate? You ate?
Well, see, and that's the difference between a mom and a dad. That's because downstairs yelling at the top of her lungs as if he's going to starve to death if he doesn't come running downstairs. Right. Whereas I'm at the bottom of the staircase and I'm like, this is how loud I'll get. Luke, it's dinner time. Oh, he didn't hear. Let's just go ahead and move on. I mean, why am I begging you? If you're hungry, you know where to come.
No doubt, man. You know exactly where to go. I mean, and if you don't know the food's ready, then it's on you, man. At that point.
Or what? Right. Or what about when he comes downstairs and he's like, "Is mom making dinner?"
Yeah. Right.
Has mom ever not made dinner? Have you ever actually gone to bed hungry? I don't think so.
Yeah. We're blessed. And the funny thing, those short videos, a lot of that has come from actual like questions that I've received over the years, and like it's just some of the most random things, like I had like the one it's a simple one, but somebody asked us, how do you get your kids to explain things so well? Because one of our teachers, talks about my my twins, and I got my young lady, she reads books all the time, so she's very well read or whatever, and I'm like, wait, ask them open-ended questions, and that wasn't like, I wasn't trying to be mean to her, but it was like, if you ask a yes, no question, that's all you're going to get back, and so sometimes all right, I need you to explain yourself. Why did you do this? Now, tell me what the reason was behind it, and so the responses that you get will be pretty amazing, but the kids will surprise you every now and then. So,
yeah. Well, those are definitely good videos. And because last week I ran out of time with our special guest.
Okay.
So I wanted to mention this. First of all, just full disclosure, I started binge watching. You probably could tell because I was commenting, but I was binge watching your stuff. And honestly, you're, and not to sound too
full of yourself? Or
No.
Diva?
No, why are you again
I'm trying to help you?
Attacking me? Stop.
I'm trying to help you.
Anyway, I just wanted to say that you have an amazing voice.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
I could listen to you all day, all night. Okay.
Oh, awesome.
And so even when I heard some of your life story, and I'm not going to get into that too much, I encourage people to go over there and listen to it's 7 parts. I haven't listened to the last piece, so I'm assuming there's more. But
there's some more on the way. Yes.
To know that you were part of a band at one time, dude, I'd pay all day to listen to you. You kind of reminded me of some different singers that I heard before I knew who the Lord was. And your voice is just one of those voices that I could really listen to. And so that's why on the ride home, I just listened to your story and some different parts of your video was because of your voice. And I wish my voice sounded like yours there. So
Well,
Gosh.
it goes with the beard, man. The beard and the voice go together. Mine do not.
Drops is having trouble here. It's the beard romance or romance.
Romance, man. It's a beard romance. It's just the way it is. Here's the thing is, I don't know. I got asked about 11 years ago to come announce some basketball stuff for our local high school. And I just hooped it up and had a great time with it. Like I just went over the top with it. And they pretty much have like, from that point forward, were like, you're doing this no matter what, every basketball season from this point forward. So, and I have, and it's been a great time. I coach football and I coach softball. And so I have this winter time off basically before softball hits in the spring. But I just, I tell you what, one of the things that you mentioned the My Story videos, I encourage people to go watch it because it tells my story in a unique way, because there's so many things. Like my dad always told me I had to learn the hard way. And there's some things in those videos that talk about just the journey that God has me on and had me on up to this point and where I'm at right now, especially. And so the testimony is still there, and it's still like it's a living, breathing testimony, and some of those things that I'm still learning. And so I encourage people to watch that. I want to encourage also just people to go out and watch the Who Am I videos as well. Those are little short devotional videos. Basically, and 10 years ago, I started writing these little daily things for myself. Like God was opening up the scripture and just going in and just, all right, God, what do you want to teach me? And just started following that and just learning about my identity in Christ. I struggled with that for so long early on in my walk with God. And it led to a lot of painful things just throughout, early on in my life that were really starting to affect the way I saw God. Like, a lot of times I viewed God as a mean God, that I had to, correct these, get these lists and check them off and do all those little things that I had to do to make it right. And I just never felt like it was good enough. And so that was one of the things where this Who Am I stuff came from. I got about 60 of those. And I thought, man, God he gave that to me. I hadn't used it for anything. And they're just short little things that we can identify with that scripture tells us about who we are in Christ. And that's one of the most amazing things that has ever happened to me. And so, and I'm always having to remind myself, hey, these are true about me. It's not true because I'm good and I do all those things right and perfect, but it's good because it's who he is in me. And not that I've done anything to make it better, but I cannot deny who he is in me. That's the thing. It's like, I heard a guy say, what's true of Christ is true of you. And it really hit me. Wow. That hit me hard because I'm like, this guy didn't know all the crazy junk I've been through in my life, and it's like one of those things. If you open up the closet door and show all the people your junk and you're going to go, let's televise this on the 6 o'clock news. That's not going to be good. And so one of the things I can hang my hat on now is that, well, my junk is all in Christ. It's all who he is now. It's all who he's taken. He bore that on the cross for me. And that was a huge part of my life, is that now I'm not checking off a lot of these things because I want God to love me. I do these things now because he does love me. It's a response of my lifestyle towards him now more than anything else. So
right.
I just want to encourage those people to go out and watch those videos and I'm just going to keep doing them whether people watch them or not. Like I said, it's like, I feel like one day down the road, my kids are really going to come back through and watch those videos and go, Dad actually was kind of cool. So,
well, the thing for me is, and I've thought about this a lot as a dad,
right,
of just kids at all, but let alone multiples and 5, 8, whatever it may be.
Right.
I often think about what do you leave behind to your kids? When you pass, what do you leave? And one of my goals that I've always wanted to leave for my kids is I want to leave each of them a Bible that has my notes in it.
Right.
And
Yeah.
a lot of people, some people know, some people don't. I've been in the ministry for a long time. Went through seminary, and so
We
that's
got
why when I
to
started
talk.
watching, that's why I text you or DM'd you through Instagram. I was like, "You're fine. You'll be fine." But it's so important when we look at a legacy of what we're leaving behind to our kids. What is it?
Right.
This is more than just digging in the dirt. And that's one of the questions. Real quick, you have to give me a quick answer on this because we are pressed against time.
Yes, sir.
Monica said something about you have a podcast now. Is that true?
Well, the podcast is basically the vlog, is that video vlog of Who Am I? That's kind of the podcast. Now, I've done a podcast that's on YouTube. It's a long story, but I'll have to send a link to you at some point and talk. I'll tell you about it. But it's a podcast about God. It's basically what it is. It's Taleo Ridge. It was I have a buddy from Mississippi that we've known each other for 20 years, and we started in the early 2010s doing this podcast. So when we were recording this stuff, before I knew how to, he did all the work on it. So we're on this, we're on microphones and we're talking about God, just having a conversation about God. And it's Coffee and Conversations is the name of it. And the Coffee and Conversations about God is the name of it. And there's 200 podcasts, out there on video. It's Coffee and Conversations about God. It's Taleo Ridge Ministries. And he put, I don't know if y'all have ever heard of John Lynch or not. John Lynch is he travels and speaks. Well, he joined us, he caught us on Facebook and joined our podcast one day. And I was like, okay, whatever, God, this is really cool. And so and we did that. So the Who Am I video is kind of where, the intro video I did for that and those things. And so there's little things like that are out there. It's really funny. Me and my buddy from Mississippi, his name is Johnny Taylor, and we only get together when God leads us to do it, then we'll get together and do it. And so it's, but there's over 200 podcasts out there.
Okay, that's awesome. So the question I wanted to ask you, and I do try to be very diligent about the time.
Okay.
So we have about 6 minutes before we need to wrap things up. But I wanted to ask a question here. Let me see if it may be better if I read it, because I was thinking about this. In one of your videos, you mentioned that as you cultivate the earth, it's how God is cultivating you. Do you feel like you have a better understanding of the Lord and His Word now that you are working with your hands in the earth?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Because the Scripture, to me, everything in the Scripture, from the first to the last, points to Christ. And part of knowing that in the Scripture is going through and really. Like when I got out here in the garden in January and especially in the springtime, I started thinking about all the different ways that God has shaped and molded me throughout my life. And one of the things that stood out for me in this process was when I started doing, when I started layering all the different things in my life. And I started looking at, we talk about covering, we talk about those little things like that are scriptural, that breathe life into us. And I'm thinking about jars of clay. I'm thinking about, how He takes us and molds us and makes us and cultivates us. And that's sort of the idea that behind that. It really just brings home, when I talk about it being a place of rest for me, that was a place of rest. The Scripture, when I read the Word of God, it's a place of rest for me. It's not something that is a knife to the heart, and it does pierce to the heart. Hebrews tells us that it pierces to the divisions of our soul. It's open and bare, and everything is laid out before Him. He knows. The great thing is we have a high priest who stood in our place, that we can go to Him in our time of need. Those are the things that are cultivating within us. It's growing with us. Within me. So He's growing me constantly and pruning me. He is going, John 15 really sticks out to me, and that whole thing. So when I'm going through and I'm pruning tomato plants, I'm thinking, oh, man, this is the scriptures are just coming to life here.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yes, I encourage anybody listening, go out and read the scripture, go out and work in the garden, go out and create a garden and do something, get outside and just see the nature that God has provided for us. I mean, those little things like that really show up. I think it's Romans chapter 1. He talks about the creation that reveals his glory. I believe it's Romans chapter 1 that talks about. So those are things like that.
I mean,
that are,
yeah, that's in, it's funny because for me, it is, and that's why I asked that question, because for me, when I deal with the animals, when I deal with the plants, when I see just the magnificence behind what needs to take place to make things grow. And, and that's, the first year we were here, we couldn't get any vegetables to grow. We had the plants. The plants were there. We just couldn't figure out where coming. And, when this old farmer told Monica that you had to fertilize, and I'm like, wait, what? Fertilize? And then he was like, well, there's a male and a female part of the plant. I'm like, wait, what? What are we talking about? And, to see the intricate details, even in something as small as, a pepper plant or tomatoes or, all these different things, it just really made me start to think about how magnificent God truly is. Absolutely. And the creation of things that so many people think that they can just figure it out. And, even all the way down to like animals and what has to take place for them. I don't know. It just blows my mind. And it's something that I could sit there and discuss for hours.
I mean, you just, anytime, man, you let me know. I'm all in.
Well, I offered, I was like, you can text me if you want. And then you were like, this guy's weird.
No, man.
He lives too close, man. If I start texting him, he's going to start showing up at my house or something.
Well, that's the thing I always think of. My brother lives in Kaufman. He's right down the road from you guys. It's not far from you. Yeah. And so it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, I'm driving to Kaufman, but I may just take a, different route to get there.
Just keep going up 34 a little further, because we're like 10 minutes off of 34, like that's not even that, 5 minutes, like boom, right there. Yeah,
for sure. The thing is that we could certainly meet up, and I think it would be awesome. I know that we talked about this previously about doing like a big meetup for like the YouTubers in general. But I mean, again, you are not that far from me. Actually, Nunya on the back 20, whatever.
Nunya Texas on the back 20. Jake, he's over by Canton.
Oh,
yeah, yes. Legit. So we went to the zoo down in Tyler, and we were driving through Mineola to go home, and I'm like, gardening with Goody lives around here somewhere, and the kids were like, what, Mom? And I'm like, I don't know, don't worry about that, because I was like some weird stalker as I'm driving. I'm like, gardening with Goody lives around here. Now I'm like driving on the highway, so obviously you weren't like on the highway, but I'm like, he lives around here. And they're like, that's weird. Why are you being weird? And I'm like, oh no, Mineola.
Well, and I see we got let's see, Jesus Loving Homesteader. They're the ones that are like literally 10 minutes down the road from us.
And I'd love to meet them as well. And when they were live with you guys, I watched that video and just loved it. And so and to all the people who are watching that I've connected with, and especially through your channel, it's just been a great thing. And I really appreciate just everybody, the support, and it's just been amazing. You guys are so awesome, and I really love your channel. I love watching your lives. And there was during football season, it's a Thursday night, and I'm at a JV football game going, I wonder what Eric and Monica are talking about tonight. So
I thought you were blowing us off though, because I was trying to invite you on. Monica.
So it was like one of those things where, gosh, man, I really want to do this, but man, I want to devote my attention to it, So.
Yeah, I mean, Monica's hyping you up, and I'm like, well, I keep trying, and this guy's like, I'd rather do football.
Literally his job. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it is, and but it's it's my job. It's not my life. And that's the thing I always tell people, it's not my job, but it's my life. It's my life that I get to do, but it's like when I get here and do this stuff, man, it's just a total different world.
Well, I appreciate that, man. That's one of the big things that Monica and I have really pushed for. We're not really a large channel at all. I mean, we're a tiny channel in the grand scheme of things. But if we can create a community here where people feel like they can come in and be themselves and know, I mean, you can see that there are people in here behave themselves. They're not acting crazy.
Nisa just said this was our best live ever. And then she rolled out. She's like, I got to go, but this is your best live ever. I'm like, oh, excuse me.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah. It's, we just like to have different types of people up here, people that truly are passionate and loving, not necessarily just passionate about homesteading, but, because really homesteading is just a very small part of it.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well,
what you do, man. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for saying that. Appreciate you. If you want, after we end the broadcast, if you just stay put, then we can have a discussion behind closed doors.
Sounds good, man. I look forward to it.
Oh, I just jammed up looking at you like that.
Well, don't look at me like that, then.
But anyway, we appreciate everybody in here. You guys are awesome. We really, really do. You guys have been hanging out for 2 hours with us. And sometimes that's hard on a Thursday night. A lot of people have to go to bed and get things done. And y'all are just hanging out. And I appreciate it so much. And anyway, who likes awesome friends that are close and people that want to talk about Jesus without any shame?
You mean after football?
After football.
Farmers do.
And farmers' wives do. Thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you. See ya.
Bye-bye, everybody.
There's a fly on our screen.